Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Talk Business with Audrey. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, and today I will be talking about how I started my first business and my first real big idea. So I'll be back to talk to you about more about that right after this. So stay tuned.
Welcome to Talk Business with Audrey. Hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney. The show that helps everyday people turn their big ideas into successful businesses so that they can live the boss life. Sit back and take notes.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So listen, my name is Audrey Bell Kearney, and today this episode is about what my first big idea was. So I've been an entrepreneur now for 25 years. So for those of you who are new to the channel, I'm Audrey, and I am an entrepreneur. I sound like I'm in an AA program. I'm Audrey. Hi, I'm Audrey, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm Audrey, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I've been one for 25 years. The ladies you see on the screen right here, these are the big, beautiful dolls. That's Deja in the all black. That's Dina in the middle with the purple. And that's Dawn on the end in the red. I started that company with my good friend Georgette Taylor back in 1999. I call this my first real business and my first big idea. I was working at a job that I hated, and God gave me this inspired idea for this line of dolls. And I asked my friend Georgette, I said, hey, listen, have you ever seen this is what I said, a fat fashion doll? And she said, no. But I want to know, can I be the vice president? And I was like, okay. That's the way I remember the story. And not knowing what I was getting into, not knowing where this journey would take me, I just knew that God gave me this idea to find out how to make this doll. So Georgette and I set out on a journey to figure out how to make the first plus size fashion dolls. At that time, there were no plus size fashion dolls on the market. We were literally creating a brand new market from nothing. At least we hadn't found one, and nor had we ever seen a plus size fashion doll. So we started out our journey to figure out how to take this idea that was in my head and turn it into a physical product. So the idea that was in my head is the product that you see on the screen right now. So this is the Big Beautiful Doll Company. Deja is the one on the end with the black. Dina is the one in the middle, and Dawn is the one with the red. I came up with the idea. We were only going to make Deja at first. Like once I had the idea, I said, okay, we're going to make a black doll, right? A black plus size fashion doll. But what we realized is that plus size women come in all shades and colors and sizes. And so we decided to at least try to get like, the black, the Hispanic, and the white doll. That was the goal. And so that's what we did. So I call it my first real business, but for sure my first big idea. Now, I wanted to share this story with you because once again, I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey of launching a business in the industry I pretty much know nothing about except for the things that I've read about. Now, back in the day when I started this company, I knew nothing, nothing about the industry at all. I'm going to make the picture a little bit bigger so you guys can see what they look like. So I knew nothing about the doll industry. All I knew is that I had this idea for this doll company, and I was going to launch a doll company, and I was going to be rich, right? That was my thought. And what happened was Georgette told me she was a doll collector. After I had told her about this doll idea, she's like, yeah, I collect dolls. I'm like, really? She had literally just bought a doll a week ago that cost $250. And I was like, you paid $200 for a doll? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, what? So in my mind, I'm thinking we are about to be rich. Didn't happen. Did not happen for various reasons. One, we didn't know what we were doing, but we were doing it. So we spent a whole lot of time trying to figure out how to raise money to start this doll company, trying to figure out how to get the doll manufactured, trying to figure out all these things we knew nothing about. I had to learn how to do web design. So I'm about to date myself for real. I did the first web design in Microsoft Front Page. I'm the tech person. I'm the person that's the techie person. And when it came to dressing the dolls and doing their hair and their makeup, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. But when it came to marketing and PR and doing the website, that was all me. I had to learn how to do websites because we didn't have any money. So I learned how to do websites in Microsoft Front Page. Go back and look and see when that was. That was a minute. So I set up a website. I learned how to do PR. I read this book called The Personal Touch by Terry Williams. And at the time, Terry Williams was a publicist for like Michael Jackson, I think, and Eddie Murphy. And she had wrote this book called The Personal Touch. And I found out about that book when I was working in Prudential Insurance Company, and they had a program called the Minority Interchange, and they sent us away for the weekend to just have a weekend to learn stuff. And Terry Williams was one of the speakers. That's when I found out about the book, The Personal Touch, which came in handy because of that book, I was able to get thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of free PR for the doll company. So that's how I got started. This was my first big idea. And Georgette and I ran that company from 1999 to about 2005. I think the company dissolved in 2005. We were both living in New Jersey at the time. She and her husband relocated to Texas. I stayed in Jersey. And I moved to North Carolina in 2004. So the company kind of dissolved itself pretty much. We ran out of money. We ran out of inventory. I was stressed out because I was tired because my husband and I had did so many doll shows. We were up and down the highway doing doll shows. So I was tired. And so it dissolved and I became a business coach. And so that's when I kind of started to lean towards more like the service side of business. I did not want a product anymore. I just wanted to, help people start businesses. And what was funny is that when people would see the doll company, and they would see me, they thought I actually worked for the company, right? They didn't know I was the president of the company. Like I owned the company. And they would say to me, you came up with this idea? And I'd be like, yeah, I came up with the idea. And I literally, the way I came up with the idea, I sent a picture of myself, and I sent the picture that I found on the internet of a naked plus size woman. I couldn't send myself naked, but I sent a picture of myself, my face, and then I sent the naked picture, and I sent it to a sculptor, and I said, I need you to sculpt me this. And she did. She sculpted that. She sculpted out the doll in clay, and she sent me back the clay. She lived in Kinchlow, Michigan. And I got her because I went to Georgette and I drove to Maryland. We found a black doll manufacturer in Maryland. And we drove from New Jersey to Maryland, and we spent the whole day in his warehouse drinking nothing but water, which was crazy now that I think about it. Only thing we did for like 8 hours straight was drink water and take notes, like religiously taking notes. And he told us everything we needed to do. And he gave us the name of a sculptor who sculpted all of his dolls. So we sent some pictures to the sculptor in Kinchlow, Michigan. She sculpted the doll in clay. She sent us back the clay mold, the clay model. We made some changes because she sent, okay, so listen, plus size. She sent back a plus size doll with a flat butt. We're like, yeah, you're going to have to do something about the booty. Like, you got to give us some more butt. So we told her to make some changes. She made some changes. She sent us back the doll in wax. We approved everything. We took the wax and we sent it to Hong Kong because we had found a manufacturer that would do a short run for us in Hong Kong. We went to Toy Fair, which is the largest toy industry event in the United States that's held, it used to be held every February at Jacob Javits Center in New York. I don't know if they still do it, but that's where it used to be held. We went to Toy Fair, found the manufacturer. They told us they would do a short run for us, which means we didn't have to have a huge minimum. We sent them the wax. They sent us back some prototypes. We loved them. And then they sent us back the doll completed with makeup and hair and everything. That's how we got started. Then became the fun part. Well, how do we sell these dolls? Well, Georgette moved to Texas right around the time we were really kicking off. And so my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, and we did a lot of doll shows. So we did all of the doll shows that I could possibly find. And we went out and we showed the dolls to people, and people bought the dolls. They bought the dolls. They bought the dolls. It was crazy. And so what was interesting, though, we thought for sure that black people would buy Deja because we were black and because she was black. Well, what wound up happening was white people bought Deja, would not buy Dawn, only bought Dina because her name was Dina and she had on purple. And so the only time they bought Dawn is when they bought the entire set. But they didn't like Dawn. So I remember doing a doll signing, and I said it was a whole line of white women. And I said, I got to ask y'all a question. Please don't be offended. But I need to know, like, why? Because back then I didn't know what I was doing. I was pretty green. I had not been a real entrepreneur. I had sold Avon, but this was a real business where I was getting stuff manufactured over in Hong Kong and sent back to me because of an idea I had in my head, right? So I had to figure out, well, why aren't you buying this white doll who I thought was a pretty doll? She had green eyes. They did not like her. So this woman came through my line. I said, I got to ask you a question. Please, please, please don't get upset with me, but I really need to understand, like, why did you buy this dog? She bought Deja and not Dawn. And she said, oh my God, she's so ugly. She's just a big white girl. Now, this is a white woman talking to me. So she's just a big white girl. She's so ugly. And I'm like, really? What's interesting though is that all of the dolls are made from the exact same mold. The exact same mold. They just have different skin tones, different hairstyles. The exact same mold. If you took their clothes off, they're made from the exact same mold. So their makeup is different, their skin tone is different, but the mold itself, if you took the makeup off, is the exact same. They thought she was ugly. They said she was hideous. I'm like, hideous? They did not like her. So that was a learning lesson for me. Now, what was interesting about my black doll, I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. We had an investment meeting set up with an investment club in Irvington, New Jersey, because I was from Jersey. I was living in Jersey at the time. Had this investment club. We were trying to find investors so we can get more dolls done. Found this woman who had an investment club. It was a bunch of black women. They had this investment club. The woman who invited me to come out to pitch to her club, she was so excited about having me come out and pitch. And I'm excited. So I got the dolls. I got my pitch already. So we were waiting for one person to show up. This person just took forever. And she was the sister of the lady who invited me to the club to pitch. So everybody was excited about, the pitch and everything. And man, I was excited. The sister took a very long time to show up. So she finally showed up, right? With the worst attitude ever. Like her attitude was so bad. So she gave me a bad vibe. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with this chick, right? So when she came into the room, she was like, I don't want to buy a fat doll. I'm fat. Why would I want to look at a doll that looked like me? She floored me. I couldn't even speak after that. I'm like, what? She hated the dolls because she hated herself. So when she looked at the dolls, she saw herself. She didn't like herself. And I was like, wow. Needless to say, I did not get that investment. The sister's like, yeah, we decided not to do an investment. She killed my pitch. She killed my opportunity to get that investment from that club. It was dead because she came in late. She did not like who she was. She did not see the beauty in the dolls at all. So just like the white woman, she said the exact same thing. She's like, I'm fat. Why would I want a fat doll? And I'm like, what? I wasn't even I'm thinking along the lines of, this is a one of a kind. This is invented by a black woman. You're a black woman. This is like history we're making together. She did not say it like that. All she saw was everything she hated about herself. All the white lady saw was everything they hated about themselves. It was crazy. And somewhere in the middle, there were the group of people that just loved dolls. And I had to find that group of people. And the way I found them was to go to a lot of doll shows. I did find black women who like black dolls when I went to the black doll show. Wasn't no need for me to take Dina and Dawn for real, because they didn't care. They only wanted to buy Deja because they were black doll collectors. So I had to really spend like a year just trying to figure out who my target audience was and how to talk to them. And I wound up having 3 separate target audience. I had a black doll collector audience. I had a doll collector's audience, and then I had a Deja collector's audience. It was crazy. So I had a company that had 3 audience to it. So I shared that story with you guys because I wanted you to see like how I got started with my big idea. And once again, I'm on this journey with my e-commerce store, Pillow Envy, and I feel like I'm almost back like where I was before. I'm in an industry I don't know a lot about. I'm in an industry that has a lot of competition, but I'm excited just like I was back then because I understand the possibility of believing in what you're doing. I understand the possibility of doing the research and putting in the work. I understand that because I've done that for 25 years. And because I've done that for 25 years, although I don't know a lot about this industry, I'm excited about taking this journey into this space that I know nothing about. So on this channel, I will be documenting what I'm doing. You'll get some stories from me because remember, I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. So I got a lot of interesting stories to share, right? But you're also going to get a lot about what I'm doing to grow Pillow Envy into a multi-million-dollar brand. And I'm excited about that because I feel like at the stage where we are right now, it's so easy to do. I don't have to manufacture in Hong Kong. I'm doing print on demand. I'm using Shopify. It's just I don't have to use Front Page to create a website. I can go to Shopify and pay the $29 a month or $79 a month and have a beautiful store, which is what I had. Right. So a lot has changed since I started my first big idea and I started this journey. A lot has changed. There are so many ways for you to do business that's so much more simpler than it was back then. And so I'm excited about this journey, but I wanted you to to see where I came from. I wanted you to see the big idea that I had and the one that I have right now. So Pillow Envy, let me tell you a little bit about Pillow Envy. So Pillow Envy is a company that I decided to start doing print on demand pillows. Now I could have picked anything. I could have picked t-shirts. I could have picked mugs. I could have picked car seats. I don't know. I picked pillows, and I picked pillows because when I look at my living room, I have 5 pillows in my living room. I have 6 pillows on my bed. I have 4 pillows on the chair inside of my bedroom. I have pillows everywhere. So I was like, okay, pillows, that's a good industry. I'm gonna stay in that space because I could have been doing stuff on wall art. I started out doing rugs, but I got scared because I'm like, I don't know if I want to do rugs. So I did one set. I sold 3 rugs right out the gate, sold 3 rugs. It could have probably did really well, but got really scared really quickly. Like, I don't know if I want to do rugs. So I decided to do pillows. And so I'm excited about pillows. And the reason I'm excited about pillows is, one, it allows me to be creative using AI, of course, because I can't draw a straight line, but artificial intelligence, oh my God, I can create some beautiful artwork. So I'm excited about that. I'm also excited about a program that I have incorporated into my company right out the gate called Pillow Pals, and that is going to be to donate pillows to children in foster care and orphanages. So that's important to me. I wanted to do something that's going to allow me to give it back like right now. Like I don't have to wait for years. When people buy pillows from Pillow Envy, a portion of the proceeds go into a fund so I can send out pillows to foster homes and orphanages. So that's my thing. That's called a Pillow Pal program. I'm excited about that. And so I just wanted to share with you like my journey as an entrepreneur. I wanted to talk to you about where I'm going. I wanted to let you know what to expect on this channel, because on this channel, I'm not a fluffy person. So I'm not going to fluff you. I'm going to keep it real. Leave me a comment. Ask me some questions. I'll be happy to answer them. If you don't have anything constructive to say, don't say anything. But if you got a question and you need an answer to it, if I can answer it, I will answer it. If I can't answer it, I can find somebody who can. That's one thing I can tell you. I'm very resourceful. So I can find somebody who probably can answer your questions if I can't answer it myself. But listen, subscribe to the channel. If you like what you've seen so far and you want to follow this journey of me building my print-on-demand store using Shopify and Etsy and all of the things that I'm going to be using, subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to hit the notification button so you can get a notification whenever a new video comes up. And if you have a comment, leave a comment. So listen, thank you again for listening. This is my big idea. I just wanted to share that big idea with you guys so you can see, what you can do when you put your mind to it, what you can do when you think about certain things. Like this was an idea in my head. These 3 dolls that you see here, they were an idea that was in my head. I'm about to put my eyes out. They were in my head, and I was able to take the idea with my friend and turn it into a full-fledged business. And now I'm on my new journey of starting and launching this pillow company, and I'm excited about that and to see where that's going to take me. So thank you again. I'll be back again with another video, so make sure to stick around or tune in or subscribe. And listen, you guys stay safe out there. And until next time, my friends, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Talk Business with Audrey. Bringing you another powerful resource to help you start or grow your business so that you can live the boss life. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to the show now, share it with your friends, and drop Audrey a note over at www.talkbusinesswithaudrey.biz.